Hey everyone, welcome back to another Steinsgate episode. In the previous one, we finally got the IBN 5100 and we are taking it to the lab. So let's see if it works. It's dark by the time we get to the lab. It's normally less than a 15 minutes walk, but since Kurisu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long. We finally made it. I'm exhausted. If you didn't complain so much about every little thing, we would have gotten here sooner. Right back at you. You stopped to take a break at least 5 times along the way. That I believe. That's because I wasn't feeling well. Are you okay? It's just, occasionally my right arm aches. And when it does, dark destructive impulses overcome my soul. Shut up, or I'll tear the peripheral nerves out of that arm. Whoa. Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year New Gen incidents. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's bring the IBN 5100 into the lab. The final barrier awaits. Yes. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase. Shouldn't you get your friends to help? Yep. Right. I check the window. The lab's lights on. Huh? Suzuha, part-time warrior, comes out of the brown tube workshop with perfect timing. If it isn't Okabe Rintaro, what you got there? None of your business. You want to know? Then I'll tell you. How about the secrecy and all? Wait, if you're just going to stand and talk, shouldn't we put books down first? Yeah, actually, wait, this will only take a second. Well, what is it? What if I told you it's an IBN 5100? No way, you found it? Wow, way to go, Okabe Rintaro. I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's going to do that, she should at least call me Hoin Kyoma. Where was it? It's heavy. Kurisu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit too. Let's put it down. Kurisu and I place it on the ground gently, so as not to damage the contents. Huh? So, where was it? Yanabayashi Shrine. Yanabayashi Shrine? You mean like a Shinto shrine? Yeah. Why was it there? Then suddenly Suzuha looks at Kurisu. Huh? She gasps and then approaches Kurisu until they are close enough to feel each other's breath. Yes? Makise Kurisu? She knows her? Yes? Oh, she doesn't like her. For some reason she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? I can't move a muscle. The air is so thick with tension. What is it? Have I done something wrong? She really hates her. For some reason, Suzuha turns away and without looking back disappears into the brown tube workshop. Okay. And maybe this is jealousy? Who was that? But she knows her name. Now Kurisu demands answers from me. She works part-time at that store. Why was she glaring at me? How should I know? Did you do something to make her angry? I've never seen her before in my life. How rude. Interesting. Kurisa picked a fight with me the first time we met too. But that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. No, that was another timeline, dude. I get Daru and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBN 5100 upstairs. Good work, everyone. With this, we can fight. Let's go. Who are you fighting? CERN, and the system that rules the world. If that's what makes you happy... Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am an insane mad scientist. What I desire is chaos. Oh my god, here it comes. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Never mind happiness. You're like a junkie hyper secreting beta endorphins. Oh wow. Oh Karin, I don't want you doing bad things, remember? But wow, I can't believe you found one. You make the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we I certainly don't admire him. Eh? Huh? Huh? For a moment there is complete silence. It's all thanks to Mayuri. Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisa's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means? She's a geek? Without Mayushi's info, Okarin would still be lost on the streets of Akiba. Mayuri is right. She did well this time. She does well every goddamn time. What are you talking about? Shut up. Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home. What about you, Chris-chan? Wanna go together? Thanks, but I'm going to stay here a little longer. Looks like Kurisa's interest in the IBN 5100 and Stern after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet. Okay, but you should go home before it gets too late. See you tomorrow! Toot-toot-oo. So cute. Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves. Now then, Daru, when do you think we can use the IBM 5100 to hack CERN? Well... Daru talks as he plugs the IBM 5100's power adapter into the wall. He turns the machine on, and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Whoa, it actually turned on! Being that ancient. First, I need to learn how to use this thing. It looks like hooking it up is gonna be a pain. It may take a while. I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin's ID at the same time. Alright, prioritize the ID search. If possible, I'd like to get the IBM 5100 ready to use this month though. There's still 30 days left this month. It's not gonna take that long. That's my super hacker. I've got mail. Well, I've got mail. Shining finger. I can't do this. Got info? Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBM 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, maybe. Anyway, let me know if you found anything, Moega. I can't respond to this email, so sorry, Shining Finger. Hey, Okabe. What? I look up, Kurisa is glaring at me. What did you just call me? I called you Okabe. You called me Okabe? Isn't that your name? I take one step towards Chris. And she takes a step back. Time out, time out. Daru tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back at this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists. You're gonna get bitten. Did you just call me Okabe? I did? Problem? Yes, I'm younger than you, but you insist on calling me by ridiculous names like Christina and Zombie, so I don't think I need to show you any respect by adding son, and besides... That's not the problem. I'm not Okabe, I'm Hoin Kyoma. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina? Seriously, dude? Oh my god. God, you're so full of yourself. From now on, call me Hoin. That Okyoma. No. Krista snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see on her eyes? Are you crying? I'm not crying. It's not like I was scared of you for a second there or anything. And I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems she was crying after all. Weird. Daru, why is my assistant crying? She said herself just now. All I did was correct her on my name. Maybe she only acts strong but is actually weak on the inside. That would be pretty Mo. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. What with the mail? We haven't got anything. But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work. So before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge. Hey, aren't you going to tell me what's going on? I toss the bottle to Kurisu once she turns around. Yeah? Kurisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently. She picks the bottle up off the floor, then shoots me a glare. I'll explain in a second. Drink that while you wait. Gee, thanks. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. Okay, how the hell do we do that? Because we can't. We can't. We don't have options. So what, we just call her? No, we can't. She ended up being no help at all, but I suppose I can just say nothing. Okay. I got the goods. Over. I sent as concise as a message as possible. Okay? Now then. I turn back to Kurisu, but the reply comes before I can open my mouth. Is she on her phone all the time? Shining Finger. The goods? You found an IBM 5100? Gimme, Moeka. Gimme? What nonsense is this? Reply. Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can just give it to you. Mail sent. I send it. Another instant reply. Because she's Shining Finger, remember? She's like... Sent. Gah. Let me borrow it, Moeka. Wow, she's insistent. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend it to her. She'll disappear and I'll never see the IBM 5100 again. No borrowing either. You can come over to our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. Chiyoda-ku. Oh, okay, the address. I add the lab's address and send the email. No more replies come. She's gonna be here in a second. Sorry for the wait, Christina. I look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P. Oh, you're a fan of the dog, I see. I've lived 7 years at its birthplace after all. Excellent. We'll make great drinking buddies. I'm a minor. That's not what I meant. I meant Dr. P drinking buddies. Is that only a drink? Carissa shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explain how Dara and I hacked into CERN, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and now they've successfully created mini black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel. Oh yeah. And also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Why would they? Kurisa's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story. CERN certainly is acting strange, but how's the IBM 5100 involved? CERN's database uses an IBM 5100. So, the only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBM 5100 of our own. How do you know that? I have my sources. I don't drop Taito's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisa puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought. Setting the IBM 5100 and such a side. I want to see proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research. True, we didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them. Daru, will it take much longer to find the server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. It shouldn't take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. I'll wait until then. We've got email. Lukaku. Not to be a bother. Oh, I wouldn't want Hashida-san to hyperventilate. I really want to cook for you, Okabe-san, but it's probably best if I don't. Oh no, we can't reply. Okay. You'll wait? It's already getting dark. Why not go home for tonight and come back tomorrow morning? No thanks, I'll wait. I want to know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner. That's the spirit. You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of CERN. If what you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing their results, they're making fools of scientists the world over. Not only that. That's only if it's true, though. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBM 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisa follows. Can you show me the phone wave? Name subject to change. Indeed I can. Want to experiment? He didn't correct her this time. You haven't been able to send another email to the past yet, right? Do you know why? I can only shake my hand. Let's run some tests. Kurisa looks around the development room. Man, you have a ton of junk. It's not junk. Since you're new to the Future Gadget Laboratory, I'll explain. These are the glorious fruits of our science, the future gadgets. Future gadgets 1-7 are stored here. The phone wave, with which you are already familiar, is gadget number 8. Are you set on that name, phone wave? Future gadgets, huh? Kurisa casually picks future gadget number 4, Mold Snake, up from the shelf and stares at it. Hey, isn't this a weapon? Future gadget number 4, Mold Snake, designed after a Claymore landmine, is an instant humidifier. How confusing. Insert water and turn the power on, and in mere seconds it generates a thick cloud of steam. So it's junk, I thought so. Kurisa sighs and returns Mold Skin to the shelf. Mold Snake, what skin? I'm borrowing this. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Dara's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Yeah, it suits her. Whoa! It's just not right without a lab coat. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisa's hand and grasp it firmly. Hey! Assistant, you get it, don't you? Get what? Let go! If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Dara over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant for this, Christina. You're the best assistant Mercedes could ask for. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate you joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Dara not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of STEINS. Shut up, so we can start the experiment. And she looks cool. Kurisa thrusts both hands into her lab coat's pockets. Then, oh, real science is about to happen. Hands in the lab coat pockets, let's go. Then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now. So you haven't tampered with the microwave at all? I point to the X68000. There is code on the screen. It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this. Make the microwave do things its manufacturer never intended. How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred? Nothing out of the ordinary, it was at factory settings. I'll take a banana. I'm starting to think maybe Kurisa's presence has something to do with it. Maybe the other times they tried to reproduce the experiment, she wasn't present. The bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left. Those are Mayuri's. Poor Mayuri. Oh, so I don't need your permission then. I'll go buy new bananas tomorrow. Carissa takes one banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave. No name subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave name subject to change begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings. Nope, nothing happened, so it's not you. The banana's still in the microwave, unjellified. Oh. Carissa yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers. It's hot? It's hot. Meaning the microwave functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Carissa throws in a new banana and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send email to the past. Okay. What does this mean? I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause. I agree. We agree for once. But Carissa's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. Maybe? My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave name subject to change is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the phone wave name subject to change, the banana teleported back to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returned to its state 120 seconds before. So you should wait? Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't be jellified. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying. That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first? No, I didn't. I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Oh no! Salt didn't jellify. You mean nothing changed? After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, cognac, melon bread, crunchy corn, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. The same thing with liquids. On that day, our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomenon, everything failed. Is the microwave storing electricity? You said that jellified objects become fractal structured, right? Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related? Here, we should think under the assumption of time travel theory. No, it's not good to start thinking from the conclusion. We've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that. I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Carissa frowns deeply. We can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon, nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. We haven't changed our methods. We haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe the satellite, I don't know. Maybe it's the one who observes it. Maybe. What do you mean by that? Quantum theory. The observer is an important element to the experiment. So the whole bunch should be present or what? There were 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time. But before that, it occurred when Hashida-san was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I saw both. You and I each saw both phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed. Well, in that case... There must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Are you hungry? Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisa's stomach. Hungry? Yeah, she was hungry. Wasn't she? When this all happened. Shut up! I haven't eaten anything since lunch. Kurisa turns away as she looks at her watch. It's already 8? Just eat a banana. But only one of the 2 we just warmed. They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments. I hope it's the only one. Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles. Don't want any? Well, since you have lived in America for so long, I guess you'd prefer fast food instead. Cup noodles? What? I'll have cup noodles. Cup noodles? What flavors? There's soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor. I'd pick chicken flavor. Yeah, chicken. She seems in the mood to eat. Also, do you have a fork? Okay. It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the 2 of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any, and ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Daru wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Kurisa's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the trains stop? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mairi has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Daru and I frequently stay here though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Christina, is it okay to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Kurisa turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother is in America. I'm living in a hotel right now, understand? Her father went missing. Interesting. Or maybe just she doesn't have a good relationship with him. What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu? Then you can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? You said you haven't seen him in 7 years. Why do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? Or maybe John died as her father. You're crazy. Oh no, he can't be. He worked at CERN, right? You are my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries. So tell me everything that's on your mind. Gracie pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know. Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil, and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, Hiko! Right? And in the future you two are destined to fight and... I think I heard Clarissa's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Clarissa doesn't look at me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. Of people's family issues like that. You're trampling on my heart. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Yeah, you think? Maybe I should apologize. Do that. I try to think of the words, but before I can say anything... Hell yeah! Dara's war... Okay. War cry echoes through the lab. Daru, did you get it? Mission complete. Mission complete. Nice. Daru shows his white teeth in a white grin as he gives the thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Yahoo! Yeah. And IBM 5100 database? That's separate though. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normal unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. Oh wow. There are positions higher than that? There's something called CERN Executive Council. That's the organization. So they call it a council, yeah? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Carissa looks at me coldly. Whatever. Let's leave the IBM 5100 database for another day. Why? Why? Run a search for data on time travel research. Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. Yeah. They jellified the people. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Carissa stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully, and burn it into your eyes, the proof of CERN's actions. It's the seed upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. Yeah, they couldn't tell the world we are experimenting with time travel and literally experiment on people and kill people by jellifying them. The supervisor. That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for jelly. Jerry? Jelly starts with J. J-E-L-L-Y. Careless mistake, so uncool. Not cool. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it! He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads Z program top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I asked Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with this Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBM 5100 put on market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBM 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators. And both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. They speak French in Switzerland. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though. CERN's purpose, heading into the 21st century, shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Oh my god. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. That what John Titor was saying, like it's communism and shit like that in the future. Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at a tilted clip. Oh right, my guess she can do English. Oh yes, she can. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy world. Tell him. Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer. Top secret. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the Z program. Z like the Greek omega or the Cyrillic Ya. Okay. It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek it in significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders, like electromagnetic wave research. It has been approved for top-priority funding by the Committee of 300. So there are 300 conspirators all over the world. Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Here. This can't be. Corsi bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton-proton collisions. There you go. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. It might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way, it was true. You're telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind CERN, most likely the organization or one of its puppets. What organization, you Chunibi, nut job? At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in the truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The Committee of 300. I don't think they mean CERN's Executive Council. What are they talking about? It's a worldwide spread conspiracy. The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarine. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is the dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history, literally, as it was when we split atom. This forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is not but a joke, but to those who would stand with the gods. Understand? Christina. Wow, that was quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What Hoin Kyoma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, the collapse of their hateful system, and the glorious new age of chaos. I'm not asking Hoi, I'm asking Okabe. I am Hoin. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant, how dare you attack my very identity? Forget about him, Makishi. Please keep reading. Daru, what do you mean forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than in your delusions. I told you, they are not delusions, and they are not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as CERN. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking a favor. Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Over the past half-century, beginning with the proton synchrotron, completed in 1959, particle-accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2. Implementation and testing of lifter technology. The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete. Holy shit. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3. Animal experimentation. Yeah, and then human. Stage 4. Clarissa stops talking. Stage 4 is human, right? She takes a deep breath, then finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. There's no way they could have gone away with it, so they kept it secret. So, I think we're gonna end it here. This was a lot. More conspiracies to come, I guess, in the next episodes. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!